Remember, in a big pack here, he just gets a little bit of a wiggle.
Yep.
And it was just a situation where it looked like Joey was pushing on the left side, and that turned his nose up to the right, and then he had to try to correct it.
That's what I've seen with some of these cars, Phil, is they're not as smooth as the Cup drivers.
Yeah, let's see what happens. They come off here. Sam Hornish right in the middle. Oh,
it looks like
Brian Scott gets turned. May have got a little too much of a bump.
Looks like it might have been Allgaier gave him a little shove.
And then here's the second contact.
Yeah, Brian Scott just tags Hornish.
Worried about the 62 coming back high, and he ends up getting into the tail end of it.
Yeah, that's Todd Bodine who was trying to push Michael Annette there. You have to be really, really careful as you get to the corners. You know you want to stay latched on and attached. See Tony Stewart barely sneaking by there. Ricky Stenhouse looks like he's got a little bit of damage. I notice he's on pit road right now working on that car.
Elliott Sadler nowhere to go whatsoever.
We can tell you Michael Annette has made it back to pit road as well. So has the 01 of Mike Wallace.
Yeah, Mike just got that last part.
See what happened this time.
That looks like Todd Bodine got another one there.
At this point, it looked like he might be able to save it until right
there.
Yeah. Give you right behind the Joe Gibbs Racing duo. Trouble. Keselowski has spun and coming back onto the track and gets tagged.
That's a hard lick right there.
Heavy damage to that whole right front corner.
I see a little jockeying by Landon Castle actually kind of made an abrupt move in front of Keselowski. We saw that on the back straightaway too.
And then, wow, what a hard hit.
Well, Josh Wise just nowhere to go, just piles in there.
Yeah, it looked like Todd Bodine ended up with some damage on the front of his car there. I believe that's who that was that came in and got into the back of Josh Wise then.
It looked to me like right there Castle was thinking maybe he was clear trying to get in front of Keselowski.
I was going to ask you, do you think he was maybe coming in to get back in line because they had worked together earlier? Is out. Here we go. Who's going to win it at Daytona?
We see Reed Thornton.
Oh, look out.
Okay,
look out. Into the wall. He caroms off. Everybody else gets by. He'll go back into the wall.
Yeah, this is coming out of turn 4. This is where you have the most load on the car right here. You see that tire, let's go straight into the wall. Nothing the driver can do in that situation, but that just, I don't know if you had a cut in that tire or if it was an issue again of maybe brake heat and then cutting it down.
So a hard lick into the turn 4 exit for the 22 of Brad Keselowski, our defending series champion. Let's go.
Yeah, you could hear right there exactly whenever that tire let go, the right front tire went down.
See what happened? Yeah, he's loose.
Yeah, you get up off of turn 4. A lot of times your car will push out to the wall. You go give. Oh, wow.
Goodness. Man.
Tell you what, Trap show you exactly what happened. All 4 wheels come off the ground.
Yeah, I've never seen a car catch that much air like that. And it didn't look like it hurt the car, but you see the crew down there trying to assess the damage.
This is the angle that really shows it.
You can see, just got up a little bit too high. These cars haven't.
Brad racing Reed pretty hard here, working the outside. Oh, it does happen right in front of him. But he didn't get the wall. Looks like there was just minor contact between Keselowski and Reed Sorensen.
What it looked and sounded like from track 5.
Yeah, you can see just down in the middle of 3 and 4, just broke loose again.
Yeah, it's like the same thing happened the last time. He just lost it 1 and 2. Looks like he just lost it in 3 and 4 here. Yeah. This is a scary part. He just spun all the way back up across the track. Luckily, nobody was coming.
And the best thing he did was right there. Stop. Now he's going to come down low. Look out on the apron. Going underneath Keselowski. And he's spinning. He's into the infield.
Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Hold your brake a little bit.
Right here. He's
trouble behind too.
More cars spinning right behind him as well. Another view.
It's almost like as soon as Keselowski saw him, he moved up to give him room, but it was too late.
Yeah. Kyle had already committed turning just a little bit.
Now behind this, you see Kyle spinning, hitting the wall. You saw Jennifer Jo Cobb, and I believe it was the 15 car.
Timmy Hill.
Timmy Hill, yeah, they got together.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Third car involved as well. And it looks like
Oh, looks like he gets in the back of Ryan Truex, I believe it is.
Truex took some damage on this one, too. Back, take another look.
They're right there, the fluid coming out of the car going into turn 3. And there's Trevor Bayne right in that fluid, goes up and slams the wall right behind him.
It almost looks like a water hose broke off that car, Andy,
That's what it
or
looks
something like that.
Trevor Bayne, he's working on the outside of Danica Patrick. He's got nowhere to go. He's just got to run right through that fluid, and you can see, man, that's a tough break.
He actually got the front right, too. Take a look from on board. Remember we told you it's 30 miles an hour on speed? Oh, no, and again, how many times this year have we seen the 22?
The third
Day because of the tire change. If your setup's off, whoa,
Almirola goes around, and can everybody avoid him? Caution is out.
You're good. You're good.
He got it from all angles there, didn't he?
Danica Patrick got him in the back, got him up in the wall, and yeah, he got beat up big time there.
Yeah, he did a good job getting by this. You can see, I mean, Nick can't get much higher.
That's about as high as he could. It's just tight racing here at Bristol. It happens. But what amazes me, Annette hits the wall, and it hardly even puts a dent on the car. Let's see what happens here, guys.
He just got up into Ryan Truex, and then, oh, man, hammered that wall.
Oh, and they saw the Scott Wimmer, he was trying to avoid it. He got turned around as well.
It was a hard hit.
Wow. This just shows you how fast you go at this little racetrack.
Good point.
Keep an eye on that 34.
Oh, looks like Brian Scott got into him.
And then he almost gets into Stenhouse in the 6. A great move by the...
Look at it.
Looks like that car just stepped out from underneath her. Might have got loose. The car behind her was awful close to her. Sometimes they make it Tony Raines in a 52 car.
See that splitter we're talking about getting in the grass. We kind of just pushed up into Stenhouse.
3 wide coming off the corner. It's just they lose the handle, they lose the downforce, and that drainage ditch right in the middle of the track caught the front of the car.
Well, there's your answer.
Blows the right front tire off and up in the wall. Those two guys are racing for the lucky dog, Michael Annette in the Oakley car.
Looks like maybe he did have a tire go down.
Yeah, loses a tire.
Yeah, these two cars had been racing for that lucky dog spot. Oh, man, that's a hard lick, too.
He enters high, gets way up into the dirt right there, into the rough part of the track where there's a lot of debris. Right rear tire gets in it. He spins, keeps it locked down, which is a good thing. He's staying on the brake, keeps your car from going back up the track, releases it now, then back on it. But looks like to me, Andy, he just got in hot, got up high, got the right rear tire in the dirty part of the track, I call it.
No, we
play.
Yeah, they're just going down in the corner. They don't think anything. This car's going extremely slow, but then right here is where Schindel blows that right front. You see the sparks flying, and then Kyle just know where to go. I mean, that was just he was just an innocent victim there.
I have not seen something like that in a long time. Kyle Busch, that just happened to him out of the clear blue. Just scraped down the left side of Carl Edwards there, Marty.
Yeah, and the bad news for Kyle, think about this.
Logano.
Yeah, it's just, you can see they got off center just a little bit. Very lucky he didn't take both of those cars out right there, Joe Gibbs Racing.
Remember those basketballs that Dave Burns was talking about?
Wow, this could have been huge.
Come on. Caution's out. Caution's out. Still outside.
Take another look.
Yeah, they're coming through. Of course, they're gaining pretty quickly. That's what I think Sam Hornish just may have come out of the throttle just a little bit. Ricky Stenhouse wasn't ready for it.
We saw it happen with Brian Scott. It happened to Jason Leffler in practice 2 days ago.
And this happened, you can see right here, he's getting a good push from Joey Logano getting into the corner. And then they get just a little bit separated and just enough contact there.
Yeah, but another responsibility of that driver in front is to hold that car as steady as you possibly can. You start moving around, and then you're creating a problem for yourself because there's only so much the guy in the back can do as far as pushing you and trying to stay lined up on your rear bumper. See right here, the 31 car is leading Ricky Stenhouse over there. He thinks that they have those cars cleared. Stenhouse does too, obviously. Trevor Bayne is still there, and it turns him into the outside wall.
Good
Michael coming off the corner, and it just inadvertently got him in the wrong spot, and Donnie goes for a ride. Does a great job of keeping it off the fence.
See the roof flaps, the safety flaps, one of them anyway, coming up, and he just barely gets that stopped.
Yeah, I mean, like DJ said earlier, it's about 15 inches of surface to connect to, and boy, if you just don't hit it correctly or right, we're getting late in the day, guys, probably getting a little bit tired in that race car. It is just so difficult, so I think there's more of this to come.
Almost found the 99.
Well, there's some sense of urgency to get with your teammates.
Oh, look out! Here we go.
Man.
Right into the wall, McMurray. Kyle Busch is involved. The 66 and the 99 of Waltrip goes around. Oh, and another late hit right there with McMurray, and unable to get the car stopped. There we go.
It's like you say, it's just a sense of urgency. All these cars trying to get with each other, and you see some contact right there mid-pack. Looked like Boyer was involved in that.
That looked like Kyle Busch getting into Jamie McMurray is what got all of that started. And I think he was just trying to push Jamie, but a little bit too much of a push and maybe at the exact wrong spot on his rear bumper.
James Buescher and Justin Allgaier both slid through unscathed. Here's another
contact almost simultaneous from the side and from the back.
Yeah, sometimes on these restarts, you're not exactly sure where you're going, but Kenny Wallace had gotten kind of trapped down the inside, and it was a blessing for him this time. He was able to miss all of this.
Let's go on board with Trevor Bayne.
You can see Brad kind of hesitate for a second, like he wasn't sure it was okay to go up there, but he knew that they had to try to hook back up together, and this is what happened.
Now he knows it wasn't okay.
It wasn't okay.
And it'll hurt him just as much.
Down the back stretch. Oh, and contact. Michael Annette's into the wall. Brian Scott's into him as the 32 of Reed Sorensen does manage to get around. And we're going to have a green-white checker.
Yeah, that's why you heard Jason Ratcliffe say at least 4 more laps, because we can have one. You got 2 cars there.
That's the chance you take anytime you pull up to block. We haven't seen a lot of blocking with this type of drafting, but that's exactly what can happen. That's why we haven't seen a lot of it.
Well, and there's a hard lick right there on the right front corner.
Well, Sam Hornish did a nice job of avoiding that. He's had his share of problems already today, but he missed this one.
Yeah, you see right there when Leffler tried to move up in front of his teammates. That was just kind of a poor time decision.
Well, we have, as we've gone into a record-tying 10th caution, I'm looking at my watch, and we are. He has never won here in 7 prior starts. Look out! A spin, Mike Wallace, and he's up and over. Wallace gets back on all 4s. The 38 of Leffler is also involved. The race is going to end under caution.
A lot of people with run. You can see Mike Wallace having a big run here, getting a push from Elliott Sadler. That's where it's all going to start, as he tried to make a move.
Boy, and then he gets airborne.
The caution does not come out right away here. It goes just a little bit longer before it does come out.
Yeah, the 18 was in front at that moment.
Carl Edwards gets spun in that altercation.
Still waiting for official word. Here's another angle.
It's a lot of push and shove. You know, Mike Wallace's car really was out of control the whole race.
And we've just got the official word. Kyle Busch is your winner. Trevor Bayne. And on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Differences, similarities between today's cars and tomorrow's cars. Was there something in black and white going today?
David Rudimant's been battling.
Oh!
Hang on to it, Steven.
Baby.
Big save.
Oh!
Almost.
No, not quite.
That's not good. That's not what you wanted.
Gathered up here.
It'll be our second
All right,
caution.
caution's out now.
It's up. He comes up, slides up in front. He gets on the brakes, it looks like.
I think he got a little loose there.
He did. He did. Looked like the rear end came up because he was a little bit loose.
Had to get out of the gas.
Yep, got out of the gas. Maybe touched the brake just a little bit. Got run over.
Yeah, it was no fault of Austin Dillon. That was just a product of him rolling out of the gas in front of him.
He was already sideways before he comes into our screen there. Not a whole lot of people around him. Don't know if someone got into him and tapped him or what happened. But
it's what we call overcorrecting, when you put too much steering into a spin and it's
into turn
Whoa,
3.
look at those brake rotors glowing red hot, and he's on the brakes hard, and around she goes.
And Jason
didn't give him a lot of room, kept him pinned down to the bottom, and really.
This is about lap 39. That's Buescher and Josh Wise.
Yeah, you see those guys getting to the corner. A little hot. Josh kind of uses him up. 8 tires are better than 4. Unfortunately, Chris comes away from this very badly scathed, and now we
brought out the caution.
It's called a loss of traction off of turn 2. Michael Annett just couldn't quite get it gathered up. Eric Almirola did a great job of not becoming a part of this.
He was running 11th as he just noses into the wall, and his day is over.
So Denny Hamlin and Clint Boyer there, side by side.
Yeah, it looks
Boyer's
like Denny is really kind of not giving Clint much room, forced him up into the side of, in the back of Almirola. Look at this hit.
And that was Kyle that got into the back of the 11. Wow, what a lick.
Man.
Lifted the whole car right up off all 4.
Piece of a splitter flying through the air.
Trying to see where Carl get. There's Carl at the bottom of the screen. That's all we saw there. That's why we didn't notice him at first. Here from the DirecTV blimp.
Yeah, it's just not enough room right there.
Boy, Kyle makes it, and there's where Carl gets tagged.
Yeah, Casey Kane did get some damage on the front end there.
From Clint Boyer's perspective.
Well, he's fighting a car that's just, not at peak performance, and he gets in there and locks up the wheels, looks like getting the wall.
That's Mike Bliss in the 14.
Yeah, Mike was trying to give enough room there, but see, he got pinched a little bit getting down into turn 3. Created the contact.
Yeah, from that angle, it didn't look like Bliss could do much more to get to the bottom.
And some of you, I'm sure, are saying, wait a minute, Bliss normally drives the 19. Well, he switched with Eric McClure because
right there. Wow. I mean, it didn't have anything to do with that incident in front of him, I don't think.
Yeah, that was J.R. Fitzpatrick that.
It's just getting loose. Low air pressure, and you have to drive these cars pretty loose anyway.
James Buescher got lucky to get through there in the 30. Let's go on board with the 66.
You can see as you come off the corner, a lot of times you're able to catch this and maybe not hit anything, but he catches the outside wall, and then that banking carries you all the way down to the inside where you slam that and really tear your race car up. Pulled up in front of him.
Oh wow. Man. Oh.
What a bad break for Swindell there.
Look at this. Oh, no mercy.
Man, that was a bad decision.
And
right
look at
there.
Eric Almirola dodging both of them. And right behind, that looks like Clint Boyer's car.
Like, he was like, wait a minute. He couldn't believe, I'm sure that Swindell couldn't believe that car was going to do that.
So tight. Here's what happened.
Yeah, and usually when you're tight, you're abusing that right front tire. You can see it go down. Hard hit into turn 3, but we saw Justin be able to get out of the car okay.
Let's go on board. Now here comes Carl back on the low side.
Oh, Carl slips a little.
Come on, he's sideways.
Oh, now it gets into Joey. Joey's into the bar, and the car's upside down. On this side is Clint.
Yellow's out, yellow is out, yellow is out.
Wallace gets into it. The 14 of Bliss gets into it. Red flag immediately.
Stop on the back. They want you to stop on the back.
See, Carl got loose right there.
So did Joey.
Joey's out. Yeah, Carl never touched him right there. No.
He never did.
Wow.
He thinks he did, but he didn't.
Yeah, no, he never touched him.
So when they see the video, but look what happens behind. Eric Almirola does not escape this one this time in the 88.
Yeah, so many good
Mike
cars
Bliss involved
Bliss,
there.
Yeah.
Had a great run all day.
Boy, oh boy. Watch this one more time.
Well, this is just two drivers just giving it everything they could, but you can see Joey was in the gas, slid up to where out of the groove, there's no grip there whatsoever.
And Boyer got the worst of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Joey hit that wall hard, too.
See, now from here, it looks like he almost does touch him right there.
Yeah, and that's what Carl probably thought. You can't see from inside that car.
Yellow's out. Yellow is out. Yellow.
Here's Boyer's view. Hang on.
Come on, come on.
Wow, that was wicked. Let's go on board with Stephen Wallace.
Stay low. Stay high. Stay high. Stay high. Stay high.
By that point, he had no choice. He was along for the ride. And here is the contact. Wow. That looks more like an open wheel car situation where, you know, they just ride up on the wheel and get airborne.
In that situation, I'd almost worry more about Joey Logano because that right front wheel of that 33 was almost in his window.
Oof. Wicked crash.
33 is torn up there, all of that, and then he gets hit hard by the 66 right there at the end.
Another angle. Kyle gets into the back of the 22 while all the other contact is occurring, and you're right. Here comes the 66. Bam. Let's go on board with Kyle Busch.
Hit anything. Get there, we can have a lot of green flag racing. You can see once again just up out of the groove.
Came up on some slower cars in traffic and things stacked up.
Yeah, these cars are a lot slower than the leaders. See, Stenhouse gets into the back of the 11 as they stack it up. That situation we were talking about, they get underneath somebody and that car gets really loose.
Derek.
Pit stop. Oh, no, this is him going down the corner.
That's into the corner.
Yeah, he had a problem. He was right high.
Just came on.
It looks like a right front failure going at the corner. Too bad he wasn't even in the groove at all. He was white.
Sam with a big run. Oop, is that aero loose or mechanical loose, Rusty?
I think that's a driver right foot forgot to touch the brake loose.
Yeah, definitely contact there. You can see Allgaier does a great job to keep from hitting the wall and didn't actually even spin all the way out.
How about that?
That's incredible.
At 100 and what miles an hour?
Almost
85,
200.
90, yeah.
Skinny Wallace just ahead of him.
Take your time here, guys, to make sure everything's right.
But he'll take the wave around when Carl makes his pit stop before we go green again. See, Eric Almirola's really struggled with his car all day.
Trying to see if he had a right front going down in that car. Not in. I don't think he did. I think he just flat lost it.
So this is looking ahead from Justin Allgaier.
Hey, see, he got in there just a little too hard. Got actually off the track. Ricky did in the grass.
Oh, looks like he got off. Been a little contact, been a lot of hard work behind the wheel, and one caution flag. The yellow waving just a moment ago.
Yeah, he just slid off the track right there.
Isn't that the kink right there, Alan?
Yes, sir. Carried too much speed.
Oh,
man, he's all over that guardrail.
Oh. Wow. You Cyrus.
That's why they make those signs out of that foam.
That's
yeah,
he's inside of Brian Scott. I think he just tried to stay off of Brian.
Yeah, trying to make a pass there. And
he goes again. Look at him. Running up on the back bumper of Pappas.
Oh, look at that 41 car off at the kink.
Oh, this could be our caution. This could be.
Has some debris back there, too.
It is the caution, Rusty. Turn 11.
Ooh, yeah, there's a couple guys got off there today. Jason Boyles had a problem there. Look at it. Oh,
hardly.
So what's going to happen now with a double file restart lane? We'll be back for it at Road America. Oh, that's Villeneuve, and that's going to be trouble. Pappas is off into the wall.
That was a bonehead move right there by Villeneuve.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Good job.
Where did Allgaier come from?
Carmichael is off. McDowell's off again. Now he gets hit. He's sliding through the grass. A win is disappearing from Michael McDowell. Behind him, there's cars scattered everywhere off turn 6.
See, Carmichael going off in front of these cars.
Just real aggressive driving, guys. 6 right there, real slick portion of the racetrack. Fellows doing all they can to hold on. There goes Brian Scott around.
Exactly what happened. Here's what you were talking about, DJ.
Yeah, he kind of got caught. Oh, he kind of got turned there.
Well, they're
His
kind of in a
teammate just going
quandary
across the-
because they're down below the double line.
Yeah.
Well, and the 52 of Jeremy Clements, obviously solo, so their closing rate.
Yes,
Timmy Hill
Timmy
pushing.
Hill on his back bumper, but he's on that right side pretty hard.
Looks like he lost the left rear tire.
Yeah.
Must have had some contact with another car earlier and cut that left rear tire down. As you can see the tread rubber coming off of it.
That's Mike Bliss pushing him.
Oh,
man. That was a hard lick right there.
yeah, misjudged just a little bit. It only takes that little bit to create a bad accident.
Yeah, you can see that whole accordion effect.
Oh, yeah, right there. She was 27th at the time, and as you can see, the smoke was pouring out of that car. And
Pushing him hard, looking like they were going to get maybe by these two for the lead.
Yeah, it looked like Clint was having to bite. Kevin almost was lifting the back end of the car off ground. Clint has to steer to the right here some as they run up on Carl Edwards and Jamie McMurray. You can see it turns Clint to the right, and then Kevin hooks him in that right rear just a little bit.
so the chances of the four horsemen sweeping.
Cars, whatever it was, but they'll get hooked back up and going forward again.
Oh, the 87 has been turned, and he and the 97, Conway and Joe Nemechek brushed the wall. Now they gather it back up, but the caution has been put out. May end up winning. Oh, crash in the back. At the stripe, the win goes to Logano, and look at the carnage behind.
Well, that's all. That's just the last lap of a race. So you can see Mike Wallace kind of got separated. He tried to block and pick up a little bit of air. He and Danica got together, and then that just created a big mess.
Ain't seeing that many good race cars get torn up right at the finish. Heartbreaking.
And remember, for Joey Logano, as we take another look at it, he wins after starting at the rear of this field.
Yeah, and had to go back there again after having a spin on the backstretch and pitted too early. Had to go to the back of the pack then also.
There's another look at all the carnage, the flames on the 88. Let's go on board with Tony Stewart.
The corner there, he's loose right there. He's lost it. Yep, she's coming around.
Yeah, Brad, that's just a classic case of getting loose. It's pretty bumpy down there in 3 and 4, so probably helped it, get on around there.
Yep, got collected up and got pancake slammed into the wall there.
See him side by side here. Brian Scott was trying to go around the 23. Looks like he just, classic case of getting a little bit loose. You get on the inside at that speed, takes some air off. On board. He's going to get turned from the right rear there.
That's Charles Lewandowski in that 40 car. Oh, that inside wall. He could have slid another maybe 15, 20 feet.
See, up in that gray area right there. He was trying to give those cars below him a little bit of room, but
gave him a little too much.
grip. Yes.
Tries to make a last dive to pass him, gets on the bottom, slides up, and just spins that baby. Gets against his left rear tire. Justin Allgaier loses it, but he knew he was in too deep. He knew he was in a little trouble at that point right now.
Here's what happened with the 88 of Almirola.
Now, if he keeps turning to the right, he's going to take out Trevor Bain. And he waited until he cleared him. Great job by Eric. Get together.
Now, Mikey Kyle was behind all this. He was on the lead lap.
That's a... Boy, it's busy. You see Casey King give a little push.
Whoa, look, as 38 gets turned, and Jason Leffler hard into the wall. And the caution will come out again.
Nails it down or gets loose, getting at the corner, and no room to let the car run up the bank. Gets in the back of Trevor. Stands in the throttle, that thing goes around. Just a classic spin with getting what I call arrow loose. Boy, Steven almost got to him right there, too.
You could see Brad Keselowski start turning right the moment he got into the corner. That's under braking.
Whoa!
That is close. 11 laps to go. Drivers getting narrow-minded. Here we go.
Logano gets into the 16. He's going to go around. Can everybody avoid it? Look out. He gets more contact from the car coming through. That Jeremy Clements 51.
Yeah, the 66 car gets in the back of the 20 car. Logano definitely gets him up into Trevor Bayne. Late racing, no doubt about that. Tempers are really starting to go right now. The drivers are really getting jacked up. But
there goes Wallace around as he is hit with the 11. More contact as the 11 gets tagged by the 88. And we have carnage in turn number 2.
Contact. Looks like him is going to be Brian Scott. Yep. Well, that's a good job of Kyle not crashing right there, because he looked like Brian Scott had him hooked pretty good getting in the corner.
They put him right on pit road, didn't they?
Michael Kyle running 19th right now. And as you get another look at
close.
Tell you, I can't believe he didn't tear that splitter off that car. It held on pretty good right there.
Yeah.
Looks like he's okay.
It's already in progress there, and there's Steven as he just couldn't get it turned.
And Steven got a little bump from the 30 car and through the car. He watched this. It's like this is a little late, but he had gotten a bump through the car on the right rear, had to turn right to try to save the car, and drifted right into the 62.
The 40 car and the 62 car got together somehow. Were parked backwards up against the wall. See the 30 car and the 66 race, and the 30 hit the 66 in the back a little bit. And there was nowhere for anybody to go. Massive wreck here.
Yeah, if we go back a little bit earlier, we can see that there was contact with the 30 and the 66 because neither of them could get slowed down. And believe me, the spotters jump on the radio and say, shut it down, shut it down.
And here he was leading there when he ran out of fuel. He was running second here when all this happened. As he pulled off.
We thought he had a brake scoop catching on fire, the brake hoses, but it looks like an oil fire, Ricky, just on both sides coming out.
I think it started as a brake fire, and then I think it transferred all that heat into the engine department there and caught an oil line on fire.
Good. He's out.
Let's reset this for you because you aren't going to believe who's in second place, folks.
Brad Keselowski overdrove the corner, used up Ricky Stenhouse.
Sadler's going around. Does anybody hit him? And yes,
his teammate.
Contact with the 33 of Austin Dillon.
Get it going if you can. I know you're right here.
Boy.
White flag. This race will be official.
I think Ricky Stenhouse.
Look out. Here goes Brian Scott heading for the wall, coming back up across the track.
Wow.
The race stays green for right now, down the backstretch, and it looks like Brad Keselowski.
Getting into turn 1, and the right front goes down. Just as it loads up in the middle of the corner. That's actually turn 3.
It up. Yeah, this is well after he's already tagged the wall, and the 14 had a tire on the right front that was going down, and they end up into each other.
Yeah, Jamie Dix is trying to get off the wall and get down to the apron, and you could almost see where a spotter right here is saying, hey, he's low, because he tries to turn back to the right, I think. I don't know.
And our leader, Sam Harnish, skipped a couple heartbeats when all that was happening right in front of him.
Yeah. One wall, but two.
Yep, right front goes down, and then when he hit, I think he lost the brakes, Marty. Big impact. Typically, you know, it can break the caliper off.
Hard hit there.
Yeah, that's just the first one.
That's the first one.
Yeah, this one is a harder hit.
Yeah, look at this.
This is a lot harder hit.
Man, that hurts.
No safer barriers.
Last week, Marty didn't get the win, but it looks as though he's got a little redemption in mind here tonight.
Oh, look out as he has a tire situation. Here comes Edwards right into it. They cross the line, and guess who wins the race? Stenhouse.
Well, thanks to Carl Edwards. Gave him
unreal finish.
And that's what they're doing here. You see all of these guys trying to leave it. Man, this is
same thing.
Yeah, that's risky. That early in the right there in that left-hand turn. Now he gets just a little, looks like a little wheel hop maybe. A little loose getting into that final turn.
Yeah, you really want to hold it out there to get a straight shot off of that turn 7 and get a nice leaders.
Hey, Kyle goes really wide, does a good job. So does Kurt.
Yeah, it just had passed Mike Wallace there.
Heads up.
Coming to turn 6.
And that's Casey Roderick making his Nationwide Series debut in that 39 youngster from Georgia.
Smacks the tire wall. Here comes Eric McClure.
We watch him sail down in the corner, A little bit of a wheel hop, Rusty, and he loses the back of the car.
Yeah, it's like he just completely missed his corner exit of turn 2 right there and just spun it around now a little bit. Doesn't look like a lot of damage. You see her spinning back here into the grass.
She got a little bit of help.
Back across the track.
Yeah, she needed to turn the wheel all the way to right and spin around right here.
But that is one of the toughest spots, a blind corner right there, Ricky. I mean, she's sitting there. These drivers can't see her coming around that corner. Look at this.
Boy.
Let's watch Trevor. Whoa!
And finally, you see, and up here they use a blue flag for a corner-only situation, and then the yellow comes out when NASCAR says, okay, this is way too dangerous. It's about top of your picture. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Just got in the corner too hot and lost it, guys. Just overdrove the corner.
Well, the irony is that it's the same corner, isn't it? That
some stuff starts heating up in this particular corner right there.
Oh, no.
She jocked off the track.
He overdrove.
And to the collect, Marcus Ambrose.
Both Canadian drivers, all 3 of our top guys right there.
Alex Tagliani had to check up. He's going to lose some spots. Everybody gets underway, and now they've got their work cut out for them.
In hindsight.
And then here's the second incident. Oh, he got help from Ambrose.
Yeah, Ambrose is mad right now. He's mad at the 22 car, taking it out on him.
Yeah, you can bet that was retaliation. This is leading into turn 13.
Yeah,
I'm
looks
sorry,
like
turn 10.
It actually looked like he started wheel hopping the back of the car, guys, and slid off course.
And he continues to hit the wall, almost like he, you know, there's something.
Track, you really want to make a pass here. It's tough. It's tough right there.
3 wide. There's contact. Carpentier goes around.
Oh, you can almost see it happening right there because that's a turn.
Contact with the 15 at Timmy Hill, sends him around and sends Hill through the grass.
Yeah, he just overshot the turn, couldn't get slowed down, got into the back of Timmy Hill.
Oh, just
wow.
Right into the
He
back.
just rams him. Wow, I mean, that's he just picked the throttle up and it got in the back of him.
And then looked like Allgaier and the 66 of Stephen Walls got together, and Allgaier was able to get around him. And there is the end result for Robbie Gordon, who had a great day going.
Looks like he hurt an oil cooler, guys. That's an oil line causing that fire. And that's exactly where that's located at. So,
Rusty, that's a slow turn. I don't know.
Running in 5th, and there's Eric Almirola with his string of top 10s still going strong as he is at a good run. Like, look at this, the 32 of Bruce Olsen goes around.
Bad for our point guy.
He had come so far.
He was second in the points just then, guys. By
Nice and smooth this time, comes down the long front straightaway.
Brian Scott.
Brian Scott gets turned.
Awesome job, Marcus Ambrose. Awesome job, son. Nice job, guys.
In fact, went back on that and got the car too tight in qualifying, and he spins Rudeman. They get together in turn 4.
And is anybody else going to get collected in this? A ton of smoke. Everybody slowing down.
Way up into the top 5.
Carl Edwards, the Kligerman all the way around, and everybody looks like they'll be able to avoid it. Caution is out.
I don't know. It looks like that he might have possibly got down on his left front, down below that yellow line, which is down the apron.
And he just got sideways, lost it.
We were already talking about how you're going to manage tires.
See, right in the middle of the track, just on that exit. Could have gotten one of those seams, which will give you a bad feeling and send you spinning. Lack of grip there. So, second time he spun, not hit anything.
It's just slight contact with Brad, but you see all these cars racing hard, and the 31 did get into Reed.
And it collects the 16 of Trevor Bayne as well from high above.
You can see Reed Sorensen right there in front of Allgaier, and they get 4 wide.
Yeah, that's just a
hard
mistake.
leg.
Yeah, Allgaier just tried to push the issue a little bit too much there. You jump in the throttle.
In third, it will be Ricky Stenhouse Jr., our points leader, and low, coming to the stripe, the 30 of Jason Leffler is going to come down and through the infield.
P9.
We'll have to wait and see where NASCAR places him, because I don't think there's any timing lines in the
infield. Let's see what happens. He comes off the corner. Eric Almirola gets in a little four-wheel drift there and gets into his left rear quarter panel and sends him down into the grass here. So just a mistake. Eric was racing hard. Looks like I say, he got a little four-wheel slide and couldn't stop himself.
Cook was in 29th.
Boy, look at Kyle on the high side. Whoa, and Keselowski has problems and has slid up to the wall, our pole sitter.
He hit it, too.
And he is...
Yeah, Harvey just gets right in the back of Leffler, turns him around.
And then let's go on board with Kevin.
That tire's pointed, that controls the handling characteristics of the car. But Brad, he's smart, pretty smart guy. He knows what he wants for the towing. Marty?
Tim, we got a crash on the track here as Danica Patrick got into Brad Keselowski. And look
the corner now. He does get a tap for sure.
Wow, big hit.
He blew a tire. See sparks flying before he gets to the corner.
There's the aftermath.
It's almost like that tire was going down, coming down the back straightaway.
He was. And Harvick has gotten past the 38. Whoa, and look out, there's trouble there. And now Harvick retaliates into the 16. Caution flag is out again. And I guess close.
Both those cars just extremely loose, and he just couldn't get caught up. Elliott Sadler just barely dodging that. Nice job, though.
It's a great job by Elliott. You can see the black marks from his rear tires when he's trying to avoid that.
It didn't look like there was any damage to the splitter either.
This is just what we were talking about earlier, that you're going to get in this situation with the track being rough, the arrow that you lose off your rear spoiler there.
That looked like he got hit. I mean, if we hadn't had that camera angle, you would have swore he got hit right there.
There's from Eric Almirola.
Why would he do that 5 laps into the race? Run right on my door when I run him down.
If that left rear tire goes down, he was lucky he was close enough to the wall that he didn't hit very hard.
Oh, look at this. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and...
Oh, my. There's your caution.
Back to the throttle. That's going to carry him into trouble.
Look out.
Mike Wallace.
And we also have a second car involved with a tire rub there. Trying to see if that was that the 28 of Derek Cope.
It looked like it was the 28 of Derek Cope. He's got a ton of damage on the right side. He hit that one hard.
So our 1990 Daytona 500 winner.
Down the inside of another car going into turn 1.
Let's go on board with Stephen Wallace, his view.
After this, running high, lost a lot of the air on the nose into the wall.
Tim Brewer in our Craftsman Tech Garage. Hold on, this is going to
Get inside. We're in the wall, guys. We're in the wall. You're clear to come down, man. Clear to come down.
to pit road.
He fights it all the way to the entrance. And just can't hold on to it any longer. And the caution comes out.
Logano down using the air. Trevor Bayne in the mix. 16. Oh, Logano, hang on to it. Into the wall. Caution is out.
I can show you.
Basically just loses it. You can see right here, all the way through the grass. And gets over here across a little quarter-mile section, and then he had this pavement to help save it. Good job.
And this is exactly what we're talking about, where this
4 races in a row, he's finished outside the top 10. He looked like he was on the way to a top 10 finish here until that.
Yeah, that's a hard hit. You could just see the wiggle back there in the more towards the center of the corner.
Look at this, 3 wide, coming up into turn 3, and look what happens. We have contact in turn 3 as well. The 11 of Brian Scott, the 7 of Danica Patrick. The 82 is also involved in that. That is Reed Sorensen.
Let's see what happened here. Yeah, and we've seen this on the old track, actually. This happening early on. You just get in there a little bit too hot. But I really believe because of it going downhill now that it's going to be even a bigger problem.
See the contact with Fromm there in the 39. Damage to Danica.
Things just kept happening.
It looked like Brian Scott, his car really snapped around getting in the corner. I don't know if he got any help or not.
you go. No pressure. Go get that 89 there. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Look
yeah.
at that.
Keep coming there. Hold the brake. Just hold the brake. You'll be okay
I
here.
believe that was Reed Sorensen,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Hold
And
the brake
82 looked
there.
like
Get
he
straight
got in
back
too
up
hot
there.
and got into
Keep
the back
coming
of
there.
Brian Scott.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think you're right.
man.
Yeah.
That's a hard lick, too.
Get another angle here. Ouch. Thank goodness for safer barriers. Idea.
Wow.
Here we go. Ouch.
Oh, man, that has to hurt.
Trying to get the 19 cleared up, and let's see what happened. Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was Mike Bliss. Looked like he got really loose on the inside trying to pass Derek Cope. It's a hard hit for both cars.
Give you a different angle on this. This is going to hurt. Ouch. Stay with us. We're coming back. 69 laps to go.
Stephen Wallace is going to try to make a pass on the inside. Looked like he got a little bit loose and up into the 30.
That's
Got
Ron
a chain
Hornaday gets
reaction from
underneath.
there.
Boy, Eric Almirola slides past. So does Ricky Carmichael there in the 34. Another view. Action.
Oh, yeah, that's Morgan getting in. On the inside trying to make a pass. Got in there too hot.
And Robert was involved in this one. We didn't see that at first. Jeremy Clements is going to get the lucky dog. That'll get
two at a time. Easy.
Oh,
No.
no.
What are you doing?
Left foot gets into him.
Oh, that's terrible.
And Almirola gets contact as well, and the caution is out. Clements gets involved.
So, Morgan Shepherd.
Here, look
The pass really clean. Slides back up. I'm sure Jason Leffler's going to say, well, he lifted too soon, but it's your job there to judge off of that car in front of you.
Hornaday got past. There is Clements as he gets swept up in it. The 89 of Shepherd. Another view.
You can see Jason Leffler got a little bit loose there. That was in turns middle of 1 and 2.
And he gives them plenty of room. He takes the apron, and so it doesn't put these other two cars in jeopardy. And then Leffler just dumped him.
There's the 89 coming in. Wow.
Yeah, by Morgan Shepherd.
Up until this moment, Elliott Sadler was the only driver running at the finish in all 32 races of 2011. Unfortunately for Elliott and his fans, that string's over.
That tells it all right there.
Of course, while all this was going on out on the track, the team is watching intently. And then watch the 89. Oh, just caught the corner of Leffler.
That's what knocked the fuel cell out of that 38 car. That lick from Morgan Shepherd. Man. Yeah, that was a hard lick.
To the 39. High side.
Yeah, looks like he might have got a little help right there from behind. Looks like somebody else with some damage there.
That's Jeremy Clements?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
We're hearing it might be Eric McClure, the 14
Yeah,
car.
that could be. Yeah, so it is.
15.
And this exit at turn 4.
outside.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little late. Spotter.
This is, let's see. Looks like maybe he had a problem right there with the left rear tire or something. Snapped around on him.
And then he catches it right there. That's where he makes the damage on the wall on the front end. There's another look.
You can see the car bottom out, so it makes you wonder if you had a tire going down that created all of that. Moving down just before we went to this replay, you can see right here getting into the wall just a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty hard.
And the night.
Got a lot of damage to the right side of the car, right rear quarter panel. Like he may have cut a right rear tire down.
So did not hit the wall, but as we noticed, flattened the tire and tore up some more of that fender on the right rear. There you saw. There he is right there.
He either cut a tire and got back into the wall or for sure cut it down after he hit the wall this time.
Then he was
trying to nurse it back around and almost spun it out.
Yeah, I was afraid he was going to go back into traffic right there, and he's just fighting it.
Let's go on board with Trevor. And
yeah, that has all the makings of a right rear tire going flat there in the center of the corner.
Yeah, it looked like it was low. He's just struggling trying to save it. He's got damage on that right side.
He was 23rd, 1 lap down. Remember when he was 3rd in the championship hunt and lead lap? Here's what happened.
See, he's trying to make that wide arc, but the car just a little too loose to make that happen.
Yeah, that's more than just slight contact right there. She's got some bent parts.
Yeah. And let's check in on what happened to Kenny Wallace. Yeah, he's up against the wall and then gets a little push.
And it was actually Strimmy that got up against the wall, and I think he just slowed up in front of Kenny.
You're right. You're right, Andy.
Just know where to go. I mean, it just everybody stacked up behind Strimmy.
The proverbial chain reaction, and unfortunately for Kenny, he's the guy who bears the brunt of it. And a tough way to